Hi, fourth grade, it's Mrs. Boswell. Today I'm going to be teaching you the k rule. And so the k rule has to do when we are spelling words and you have this spelling. Sorry, I thought I had my marker. When you either have CK at the end of a word or you have just a C. And we're going to figure out when to use CK that says k or when to use C that has k at the end of a word. And we're going to learn those rules. So we're going to learn the k rule today, okay? So the first part of this rule is we will use CK, okay, when it's a one syllable word, okay? So I'm going to use CK when it's a one syllable word, okay, comma, because there's two parts to this. So I'm going to use CK at the end of a word when it's a one syllable word, okay, and it follows immediately behind a short vowel, okay? So we are going to be taking notes today. So you can pause this video at any time you would like. Remember, you're going to need your writer spiral notebook to take these notes for our spelling, because in some of our words this week in spelling, we are going to be having CK that says k and C that says k. And we're going to figure out when do we use the CK and when do we use the C. So I'm going to grab another marker. So right now we learned that we are going to use CK at the end of a word when it's a one syllable word, okay? And it follows immediately behind a short vowel, okay? That's when I know I'm going to use CK, all right? The next one is just a C, okay? So CK says k and this C says k. Now this one's a little different. It's going to still have short vowels, okay? But it's going to have more than one short vowel. So can you already see a difference? This one says it's just a short vowel. This one says more than one short vowel. Okay, so I'm going to use CK when it immediately follows one short vowel, and I'm going to use C when it's more than one short vowel. So do you think of it as more than one short vowel? Is that still a one syllable word, or is it going to have more than one syllable? You're right, it's going to have more than one syllable. So I'm going to put a comma. It has more than one syllable. Okay. So we're going to do some practicing. I'm going to give you words, and we're going to decide, do these spelling words end in CK or C, and they both have the k sound. So remember, we're going to call this the k rule. Okay? So this is very important to understand that this is the k rule at the end of a word. Now, sometimes it's just a K. And this is not in our words this week, okay? But when I hear the k and it's just a K, this is where it's different. Also, if I hear k at the end of a word, and I'm going to use either CK, C, or K, if I'm going to use K, it's almost always a long vowel sound, okay? And it usually has a helper E at the end. Such as and I'll give you an example of this one, of when we use K. And then we're going to go back to CK and K, because all of these, CK says K, C says K, and the K says K. But when I use just a K when I'm spelling, it would be in words like, oh, I just found one, like, oo, I, K. Okay? I would do the K here because the vowel is long and it has that helper E, okay? So it makes the I say its name, so it's a long vowel. So I'm going to use K when it's a long vowel sound, okay? But our two that we're working with this week are only with short vowels. Remember, CK is with one short vowel and C is with more than one short vowel. So I'm going to kind of turn you a little bit so you can see this other side. Ooh, maybe we can try and get both of these. Oh, so sorry. Okay, so let's do some examples here. Okay, and let's decide if our words, okay, are spelled with CK or C. So here is my first one. Ready? Shack. Everybody say that word. Shack. So let's sound it out. Ready? Sh, a, k. Okay, so let's think about it. How many syllables did that word have? One. You're correct. So, am I going to use C or CK with one syllable? I'm going to use CK because it's one syllable word. And let's also think, am I going to use K because shack, sh, a, oo. K uses long vowels, so I definitely know it's not K. I'm going to come up here. It says it immediately follows behind a short vowel. Shack, sh, a. Oh, that the A is a short vowel, so I definitely know I'm going to use CK. So here we go. So we're going to spell shack. We're going to go sh. I know that that's a digraph and it's SH. Sh, a, so it's short A. And then k. So am I using CK or C? If you said CK, you're correct. I would use CK because it's a short vowel, okay? And it's a one syllable word, shack, okay? So I would use CK instead of just C. All right, let's do another one. Let's ready? Topic. Say the word. Topic. Topic. Ready? Let's clap it again. Ready? Topic. How many syllables? 2. So I would use CK if it's a one syllable word. I would use C if it's more than one syllable. So I can already tell I'm going to use the C. So I've got topic. So, and I also know that I'm hearing 2 short vowels, and I. So let's spell topic. So we're going to sound it out. Ready? T, a, p, I, k. How many sounds? 5. Let's see how many letters. Ready? T, T, A, O, P, P, I, I. Remember, it has 2 short vowels, so, and it has more than one syllable, so I'm going to use the C. K. So, t, a, p, I, k, topic. Okay, so on topic I use the C because it has more than one short vowel and it has more than one syllable. On shack, I use CK because it was a one syllable word and it follows immediately behind that short vowel. See, here's my short vowel and that CK immediately follows it. Okay, let's do 2 more examples and then you're going to do some more on your own. All right, my next one is brick. Brick. Okay, let's cuff that word. Brick. How many syllables? Just 1. So would that follow my CK rule or C? If you said CK, you're right because it's a one syllable word. Okay, but let's make sure it has a short vowel. So I'm going to go B, I, K, I. Yeah, short. short vowel, and it has a k sound behind it. So I'm going to use CK. So let's sound it out. Ooh, and I already heard a blend, b-er. So I've got b-er, I, k. And I hear that k sound following the k rule. I'm going to use CK. Okay, and I'm using CK because it's a one-syllable word, and it immediately follows behind the short vowel. Okay, we're going to do one more example of when to use C. Okay, so I have, actually I'm not going to do that. I'm going to trick you. I'm going to add a few extra words. So bear with me for just a second. Let's do this word. We're going to do picnic. So let's clap that word. Ready? Picnic. Ah, 2 syllables. So am I going to use CK or C? We're going to use C because it's more than 1 syllable. Okay? And I can also hear more than 1 short vowel. So picnic. So let's sound it out. Ready? P, I, k, n, I, k. Ooh, I hear 2 k sounds. Okay? Picnic. Okay? So we're going to go P, I. Now, P, I, k. It's following immediately behind, but how many syllables does picnic have? 2. So would I use CK or C? I'm actually just going to use C on this one because it's a 2 vowels. That's going to be super important, okay? So pick and then nick. N, I, k. Which one do I use? Just the C because it's more than 2 vowels. Okay, so picnic. So let me review these again. We are doing the k rule today. Okay, we're going to use CK at the end of a word when it's a 1-syllable word and it follows immediately behind the short vowel. Okay, we're going to use C if it's more than 1 short vowel and it's more than 1 syllable. Okay. We're going to use long vowel sounds, usually has a helper E at the end if we just use a K. And that's only on long vowels. And all of our words this week, again, are short vowel words, just so you're aware. Okay? Now, there's going to be one additional tricky word in here this week that doesn't follow, because you got to love the English language, it doesn't follow the K rule. It doesn't follow the CK, the C, or even the K rule. It kind of has its own. And it's actually because it comes, the CH, usually it says ch, but in some words it says k, like in chorus. Like in music you'll hear of them playing chorus. And that CH says k. And the reason that you hear that whenever you hear it is because it comes from the Greek language, okay, originated from the Greek language and is implemented into the English language. So we have one word this week, one word that's going to follow this CH that says k, that has the k sound. And I'm just going to tell you what word that is. And the reason that it does is because the word originated from the Greek language. And that word is okay, let's sound it out. Ready? K. Stomach. So our one word that doesn't follow the CK or the C rule is stomach. And it has a CH that says K, okay? Because it comes from that Greek language that was implemented into the English language. So this is our exception to the rule. And there are lots of words, like example, everybody should know this word. Oops. Let me not add extra letters. See, I have that K in my brain. School. 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 It has the CH and it says the K sound. So sometimes you are going to have words that have the K, follow the K rule, but it uses a CH. Okay? But most of the time in our English language, they're always going to follow these rules. Use CK when it's a 1-syllable word and followed behind a short vowel. You see when it's more than one short vowel and it's more than one syllable. So today on Seesaw, you're going to do a few more examples. I'm going to say some words and you're going to spell them out and tell me whether they follow the CK or the C rule for the k sound. Good luck today.